and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys had a fantastic week, because I sure did. Not really, that was just for the intro. My week was terrible. I hate going to work. Alright guys, so today's topic is going to be very close to me. I've been actually holding off to do this topic just for this video, because this video actually goes live the day before my 27th birthday. So tomorrow, Friday, the 18th, is my 27th birthday. So hooray, I'm old. 27, finding gray hairs, that's cool. But the real reason why I've been holding off on this is because not only is it my 27th birthday, but it has been about 20 years since I was diagnosed with ADHD. So before we really get started on these stories, I'm going to head over to Lake Casitas. I forgot to get gas. I think there's a gas station over here. Alright guys, had to stop and get gas because I didn't get gas before I left. So now we're heading over to Lake Casitas. Oh wow, this place closed. It used to be an RV place. Okay, so in 3rd grade my mom noticed that I was having problems sitting still in class. The teacher would call us and say, Tony's not sitting still. Then they noticed I was having problems reading and writing and understanding stuff. So I don't know if the teacher suggested it or what, but my mom went to go get me tested. So then they put me on pills. They said, alright, these pills are going to help you focus in school. But the first set of pills they gave me were like solid big pills like that, and I had to swallow them. And I still have a fear of swallowing pills, not sure why, but I do. I don't like swallowing pills. So I wouldn't take them. I would just put them in my mouth, put them under my tongue, and then go to my room and spit them out in a corner. The days I could take them, it was like I had to take them with like pudding or put them in something, so I would get tricked into eating them. So then my mom asked them if they had something different, and they had capsules I could break open. I think it was like Adderall. So they gave me Adderall. So I took Adderall up from 4th grade all the way up to about sophomore year? My sophomore year. So growing up with the ADHD was terrible, you know. I got made fun of a lot. Not in elementary school, because, you know, elementary school people really don't make fun of people. They don't really care. But I had a couple of kids from elementary school that would pick on me. Aha, you're stupid, you can't read, blah, blah, blah. But middle school is when it really, like, took off. In middle school, I had to be put in special reading classes. And I had to be given a special period at the end of the day where the teacher could help us kids with learning disabilities and stuff study. And then just, like, really understand and just give us an extra time to do our work. But when you're a kid and you tell people, hey, like, I'm in these special reading classes, they're like, oh, you're probably stupid. Yeah, maybe. Well, what people don't understand is, like, when you're ADHD and you read, your brain's reading the words so fast that you're not understanding what you're reading. You're just reading it. My problem was like, I could do it. I could read. I could understand what I was reading. But if you told me, hey, read this paragraph out loud, I couldn't do it because my eyes would read the page so fast that my mouth couldn't keep up with it. So I would stumble, I would miss words, I would mispronounce words, just... So from like 5th grade all the way up, and still to this day, I won't read out loud because I know I can't read the words. So I got made fun of a lot. People, if you're watching this and you have ADHD, you understand, like, not everybody suffers the same thing from ADHD. Somebody that has ADHD could be a perfect good speaker, can understand words and stuff like that, but someone else may not. So with me, I was terrible at reading, writing, understanding words. I can't speak Spanish because I don't understand the words, like stuff like that. As I got older, I pretty much learned, like, this is what my ADHD does to me. This is what I have to do to balance it out. My brain runs constantly. It's constantly moving, constantly thinking, constantly coming up with ideas. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm still having ideas. Go, 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 go. I sleep 8 hours and I feel like I slept 2. Because, yeah, my body slept 8 hours, but my brain only slept 2. Like, it just doesn't stop. So growing up, like, I used to have trouble sleeping. I never wanted to sleep. And I used to tell my mom, like, Mom, my brain won't turn off. It just goes. I would take these pills and they wouldn't help me sleep. So I would take another one, wouldn't help me sleep. And then I would take another one, wouldn't help me sleep. And then, like, my mom, we went to the doctor one day and we ended up changing doctors or whatever. And we went to the doctor and the doctor was like, how many of these have you been taking? I've been like 3. He's like, well, have you ever took 4? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, if you would have took 4, you probably wouldn't wake up because these aren't sleeping pills. These are blood thinners. The chances of you taking a 4th one and waking up were probably slim. So, like, after that, I just suffered. Like, I just dealt with it. So with ADHD, not everyone has the same mental issue. I absolutely don't like being around people. Big crowds drive me nuts. Strangers bug me. Like, I suffer from, like, anxiety around crowds. But I wasn't always like that. Yeah, I wasn't always like that when I was little. Like, when I was little, I was cool around crowds. I was cool around people. I mean, I was quiet, but I was okay. Now, like, I go out of my way to stay away from people. At work, if they're like, hey, go to the front and grab this part, I'll purposely, like, walk around the store to try to get to this part to make sure I didn't have to talk to a customer. Like, my depression isn't the same as someone else's depression. So, like, my depression comes from, like, being bullied in middle school and high school, being told I was stupid, being told, like, I would never be anything. But I learned that I can overcome the depression by just focusing. Just push it out, don't even think about it. I go to work 8 hours, 9 hours a day. I come home, I edit these videos, I come ride. I'm pushing to make myself better. Like, I want to open a shop with the guys. I want to start, like, shirts. And I noticed, like, the more and more I push myself to come up with more and more ideas for myself, the less and less my depression kicks in. And it's not like my depression's insane. I mean, I've had times in high school where I thought about just ending it. When I was younger, I didn't care. I had that mindset that I'm gonna die one day. Why does it matter what I do with my life? It doesn't matter if I have nice things. It doesn't matter if I work. I'm just gonna die. I used to listen to the Metallica a lot, and there was a song. I don't remember what the song was. I remember I was listening to it with my dad one day, and they said the lyric, and my dad broke it down. It was pretty much like, suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And that kind of stuck with me, meaning, like, I'm being bullied right now, but that's temporary. Like, I'm not always going to know these people that are bullying me, and killing myself over these people isn't the way. I may not sound it, but this talk is really weird for me, and I'm mumbling over myself, and I'm kind of uncomfortable talking about it. But I want people to really understand what I feel. Just this year, earlier this year, one of my favorite rappers from my hometown, Worcester, released an album called ADHD. And it hits you hard. For kids with ADHD, these songs, it makes sense to you. Each song's different. Like, you know, a lot of albums, like, they tell a story. But this one, if you listen to the songs, all the songs are different. They don't really line up. But if you have ADHD, you get it. Your brain is never on the same flow constantly. But on that album, he has a song called ADHD. And I'll link it in the description so you guys can hear it. But for kids like me, I never understood how to explain it. I never understood like how to really tell someone like what my brain thinks. But he breaks it down. He says a lot of stuff and I'm like, yeah, dude, I understand. There's one line he says that really gets to me. And he says, I can tell you what I'm thinking, I just don't know how to say it. And it's true. I knew what I wanted to tell you, but I never knew how to find the words. It's really hard. Because the words that I will tell you will never do justice to what I'm actually thinking. I can never explain to you what my brain's really telling you. When I was younger, I hated ADHD. I hated having it. I hated being picked on. I hated being different. I hated all of it. And now that I'm older, I'm different and I am who I am because of my ADHD. I mean, I'm proud of who I am now. I'm not the best person, but I'm proud of who I am. What do you guys think about that new outro song? I was trying to find songs that kind of had to do with motorcycles, but I couldn't find any. And if I did find any, every time I put them on, like my last 3 videos had copyright claims for the songs. So I ended up searching up like copyright free music. There's a bunch of them, but that was the only one I found that was like, oh, that kind of goes with motorcycles and stuff. Not really, but I think it's a good song. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone this way. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Don't work too hard. Stay safe out there. And I want to say thank you to all the wildland firefighters out there fighting these fires. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. And thank you for keeping us safe. We all appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys all next week.
I need a moment to vent this. I feel I'm always stressing. This is therapy. You don't know what this means to me. Gotta pray, this is my destiny. Through all the pain and tears, you seem to be always there for me. This is therapy. You don't know what this means to me. Gotta pray, this is my destiny.